Today I'm going to show you how to make roasted eggplant wedges. And this is one of the very few recipes that I can honestly say I came up with myself. And the way I came up with this recipe is an interesting story. I was writing a novel. It's called Graffiti Hack. And here it is. I can show it to you. And part of writing the novel, part of the subplot is a story involving an eggplant. And I had to come up with a recipe to supplement the plot line because one of the characters invents a recipe to communicate something that he's unable to communicate directly. And so I spent months and months experimenting, cooking eggplant in different ways, and I tried to come up with the right texture, right taste, the right look that would fit into the story. And by accident I came up with this recipe. It's not the recipe that made it into the novel, but it's a very good recipe. It's something that I constantly receive accolades for. People are constantly asking me to send them the recipe and tell them how I came up with it. And so this is what the video is about. And if you want the recipe that made into novel, well, you'll just have to read the book. You will need 2 large eggplants. The bigger, the better. You will need some minced garlic, olive oil, and I use this brand. It's called Zaytuna and it comes from Palestine and it tastes really, really good and I highly recommend it. But any extra virgin high quality olive oil will do. You will need tomato paste, some salt and pepper, a little bit of hot sauce, any type of hot sauce like this, and some chopped dill. Today I'm using dried chopped dill, but you can use fresh chopped dill as well. So to start with, I will cut up the eggplant. Simply cut it up lengthwise like this. Don't peel the eggplant. I'll cut them into 4 relatively equal pieces, and sometimes if the eggplant is too big, I may cut it up into 5 pieces. So this is a little bit too big, so I'll just cut it up a little bit further. Cut this one. These 2 pieces are about the right size. Now next, I will take a flat dish, deep in a flat dish, and you'll find out why it needs to be flat in a minute. And I'll scoop out all the tomato paste. Like this. Add the garlic. Add about half a cup of olive oil. I never measure, so I'll just eye it like this. A bit of olive oil, salt, bunch of pepper, the dill, and just a few drops of the hot sauce. This step is optional. Now have to mix really, really well, and it takes a little bit of time for the oil to mix with the tomato paste. So now I will take each piece of eggplant, cover it generously with this tomato paste. You can use a spoon or you can use your fingers. And it doesn't matter what you do, your fingers will get dirty. It just means you have to wash your hands afterwards. each piece, I will place it into a baking pan. I'll show you what that looks like. All the eggplant pieces are now in a baking pan. Now I'll put this in the oven on 400 for about 45 minutes. So this is what it looks like once it comes out of the oven. And I can tell it's fully cooked when I insert a knife, and it's all mushy inside. It's totally soft. And you can serve this as an appetizer or as a side dish. So this can be served with some rice on a salad, and you have a full vegetarian meal, or as an appetizer like this. And today, for my own family, this is what I'm gonna do. Add some roasted red peppers like this, so that it's antipasti style. I've prepared some boiled eggs earlier. And for a final touch, I'm just going to add some stuffed olives. And these are stuffed with almonds. And I'm telling you, this dish is not only easy to make, but incredibly delicious. And I do hope you give it a try. And there you go. Saha wal afia, as we say in Arabic.